For thousands of years, the world knew this land by a single name: Persia, a kingdom of emperors, a cradle of ancient power, a civilization older than many nations on Earth. Its armies shook continents, its culture shaped empires, its stories filled the pages of history. Yet today, Persia does not exist. On modern maps, the name has vanished. In its place stands a nation called Iran. So what happened? Did Persia collapse? Was it conquered? Or did something far more surprising occur? The truth is stranger than most people realize, because Persia did not simply disappear, it changed its name, and with it, its identity. Long before modern borders existed, the land we now call Iran was the heart of one of the greatest empires in human history. It was here that Cyrus the Great built the Achaemenid Empire in the 6th century BC. From the mountains of Central Asia to the shores of the Mediterranean, Persia ruled. Cities flourished, roads stretched across deserts and mountains. Caravans carried silk, spices, and precious metals across continents. At the imperial capital of Persepolis, towering stone palaces rose from the earth like monuments to eternity. Columns carved with lions and bulls stood beneath the blazing sun. Kings received tribute from dozens of nations. And across this vast empire, one idea held everything together: order. Persian rulers allowed many cultures and religions to exist under their protection. Even the people of Jerusalem would remember Persia with gratitude after Cyrus allowed Jewish exiles to return and rebuild their temple. Persia became a name associated with power, tolerance, and civilization. For centuries, the world admired it. But time changes everything.
Beyond the palaces and kings, ordinary life in Persia thrived. Farmers cultivated wheat and barley along fertile valleys. Craftsmen forged intricate metalwork and delicate jewelry. Poets wrote verses about love, faith, and destiny. In bustling bazaars, merchants spoke languages from every corner of the empire. And above it all stood a spiritual tradition older than most religions. The teachings of Zoroaster, founder of Zoroastrianism, shaped Persian beliefs. Fire temples glowed in the night. Priests spoke of the eternal struggle between light and darkness, good and evil, truth and deception. For generations, this worldview shaped Persian culture. But history was already moving forward. Empires rise and empires fall. By the 1800s, Persia was no longer the unstoppable empire it once had been. Foreign powers began to circle. The expanding empires of Russia and United Kingdom competed for influence in the region. They saw Persia not as a mighty empire, but as a strategic prize: oil, trade routes, military positioning. Persia became trapped in a dangerous game known as the Great Game. Internally, the country struggled with political instability. Modern technology and ideas were transforming the world, and many leaders believed Persia had fallen behind. They wanted reform, they wanted modernization, and above all, they wanted a new national identity. In 1925, a powerful military officer seized control of the country. His name was Reza Shah. He believed Persia needed to reinvent itself. Railroads were built, education expanded, Western-style institutions appeared. But the most dramatic change came in 1935. That year, Reza Shah made an announcement that shocked the world. He asked foreign governments to stop using the name Persia. Instead, they should call the country by the name its own people had used for centuries: Iran. To many outsiders, it seemed sudden, but inside the country, the word Iran had deep historical roots. It came from the ancient term Arianum, meaning land of the Aryans, a name tied to the identity of the early Iranian peoples. For Reza Shah, this was more than a name change. It was a declaration, a signal that the country was stepping into the modern world. In 1935, maps around the world began to change. Diplomatic letters, international treaties, newspapers, all began using a different name. Persia was now officially Iran. But the transition confused many historians and scholars, because Persia had been the name used by outsiders for over 2,000 years. It came from Pars, a region in southern Iran where the ancient Persian kings originated. Meanwhile, Iran was the name people within the country had always used. So in reality, Persia had not disappeared. It had simply revealed its true name to the world. Yet the story did not end there. The 20th century would test the nation again. Political tensions grew, foreign influence returned, economic struggles and social changes shook society. Then, in 1979, everything changed once more with the Iranian Revolution. The monarchy collapsed, and the country became the Islamic Republic of Iran. For many in the West, this moment reshaped how Iran was seen. News headlines focused on conflict and geopolitics, but beneath the politics, the deeper story remained. A civilization stretching back thousands of years, a culture of poetry, philosophy, architecture, and science. The legacy of Persia, still living within Iran. Today, when people hear the word Iran, they often think only of modern politics, but behind that name lies something much older. A civilization that once ruled half the known world, a land of emperors and prophets, a culture that survived invasions, revolutions, and centuries of change. Persia did not vanish from history. It evolved, it adapted, and it continued. Under a name the world is still learning to understand. Because the truth is simple. Persia and Iran are not two different places. They are two chapters of the same story. A story written across deserts and mountains, across empires and revolutions, and still unfolding today.